Hey guys, #hashtag here, and welcome back to 5 Nights at Frickbear's 3. I'm gonna turn down that volume just a little bit. Anyways, in this video, I'm gonna be doing two things. First off, I'm gonna be getting the rest of the characters using Mike, and then I'm gonna get the final ending using Vanessa. So, let's just new game. Go with Mike. Why is Fritz here? Do you unlock him after getting 4? I don't know. Anyways. Let's go. I'm also going to be going for the money ending this time. So that I can get some more of the location animatronics. Yeah, I'm probably going to be cutting a bunch of the gameplay, at least of the early nights. Of both this run and the second one. For context, the Vanessa run, I'm going to be getting the easiest animatronics I can. Just so that I don't have to spend another, 6 hours playing one game and then editing it all down. I think the only ones I haven't gotten from here are Endo 01. Yeah, I think that's it. So, let's get you. Don't use this flashlight when it's at your window. Any flashlight usage will make it okay. Any flashlight usage, so I'm assuming in the cameras also, so I probably should avoid camera guys. And now let's buy some stuff. Oh, backdoor trade. I should have checked for backdoor trading first. This is fine. Okay, so that's what that sounds like. Alright, cameras and avoidance. Let's see. Remove to a random camera each time the camera's down, and will attack if left up for too long. Check the sticky note on the office window to know what camera he's on. Okay. I don't even use the camera, so that should be fine. Let's see. Toy Chica.
Heidi.
Office point and click. She'll send her cupcake into the office to spy on you before attacking. Click on her cupcake quickly to remove it and avoid her attack. That one might be pretty good, because I know Nightmare Balloon Boy requires the camera somewhat. And since I got Mangle, I feel like that would be good. I want to try something.
You won't stop me.
Because, I heard there's a, safeguard with Foxy. I don't know if it only works in the custom night or if it's any night, but... Okay, it looks like it's just custom night, but... That's fine. Might as well have checked, you know? Spent more money than I had to, but, you know.
Been thinking about something and I want to tell you about it.
Let's see what you need. Crawl through the vents, use the audio alert to keep him away, or use a mask when you hear him in the office. Alright, the sound of his approach is much more subtle, but if he gets in the office, yes, he'll cause a lengthy audio disturbance. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's get backdoor trading. Why not? Let's see who I get this time. Not you. Oh, Anim Dude.
Hello? Hello?
Frick with pizza, right? I can tell from the badge. You know, legally, you're not supposed to be here. Though, I guess I'm not, either. Want to get out of here? Platforming? What the heck? I mean, yeah, I take it. A minigame window will appear on your screen once per night. Press space to jump and dodge the obstacles. Losing all lives will result in a jump scare. Okay, that felt like a mistake. I probably shouldn't have. But you know what? Backdoor trading. Very loud. Oh, goodness.
Hello?
Ah. Alright, that was a distraction.
Man, am I glad to see you.
Oh.
You know, I was thinking recently.
Hi.
And we being a children's entertainment restaurant, I think the company should branch into toys. You know, I thought that was an interesting subject, and I thought you could bring it up to your boss, because looking at the children and seeing the toys they bring in, all sorts of wonderful, colorful figurines and collectible action figures and marketable characters. I've thought to myself, you know, a lot has changed between now and when me and Orville grew up back in the 40s. See, back then, safety standards were subpar, and this was made very obvious by a lot of sectors, but more importantly, children's toys were awfully strange. Now, I had a lot of arguments with Orville about this kind of stuff. Specifically, we had this toy set, and it was weird. You know, Orville came from a wealthy family, and they could afford all sorts of expensive doodads and doohickeys and thingamabobs and what. And he had this set that was specifically for playing with atoms, I believe. It was something with nuclear science. He was a big fan of this stuff. And you see, at first it sounds interesting because, you know, children love learning. Learning is one of the most wonderful things you can do. I love learning every day. I love sharing my stories because learning is just one of the most beautiful. It's wonderful. It's just magical thing. But Orville, he wasn't in it for the learning. He was in it for the other part of nuclear science, making the explosions and all those things. So he bought this. His parents bought him this set, and we've been playing with it in his backyard at the mansion. And he was sitting, you know, looking at it. He was like, "Hey, Orville." So I'm sorry. He was like, "Hey, Hippo, look at this. Check this out." And he showed me, and he put the, I believe it was some blue rock, and he put it up to another one, and it created this this beautiful, bright blue. And we thought, you know, at first it was wonderful, and then we fell deathly ill. And it turns out, a couple weeks later, after we'd already played with the toy over and over again, the toy had been recalled because the scientists up at the stop had discovered that radiation isn't safe. And scientists are wonderful people. I think about scientists all the time. Scientists can be wonderful people. For example, like, you know, the fellas that brought to the moon. Me and Orville, we actually watched the moon landing on live television. When it happened, it was a triumph. It was one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It was just a beautiful triumph. It was a sight to behold. And, you know, Orville thought he's always been a bit of a skeptic. He told me, you know, they're just doing this so they can beat the Russians. Right? They were trying to tell the Russians, yeah, we won. And I told him, you know, Orville, you're kind of a negative Nancy. You're not really, like everything I've ever told you, you've always had some kind of
Aw, he cut him off. You know, it's actually kind of nice having someone talk behind the gameplay. It kind of just lets me focus on the gameplay more than anything I'm thinking. I'm just like, yeah, you know, toys, they used to be super dangerous. I get what you mean. Either way, I think Frickbear is back here. And I need to grab you. Yeah. He'll appear in the center window when he does drag a piece of candy from the correct candy bowl to him. Alright. And I think the last one is, Balloon Boy.
Bite me!
Cameras, point and click. Alright, he'll sometimes appear on the cameras, clicking on him repeatedly to remove him. Okay. Actually, I want to see who I got, for the, backdoor trading. I think it's back here, right? Bathroom? I would have gotten Pop Goes. Damn. I guess he won't be my Pop Goes. I have enough for Talbert's files. And I think that leaves me with like 15? 13. Okay, what can you get for 13? Not much. Backdoor trading plus. Yeah, I think early investment is probably the best. Anyways, let's get out of here. I have to really pay attention to the vent opening noise now because I believe Redbear uses the same noise. I forgot about that.
Not everyone's suited for this job.
Well, hey there. Isn't it fancy catching you here? You know, it's been a while since we've last spoken. How's the job treating you? Things going well? You know, think...
My hand was on the door button. Okay.
Don't forget who runs things.
I can't really blame anyone for that. That was all me.
Scientists are wonderful people. I think about scientists all the time.
Oh, towards you. Frick.
Who's a good little
Bears.
cookie? Aw, you are.
Oh, you're just the night guard I wanted to see. How you doing? I'm doing... I've been a little stressed out, actually. I've been thinking about, the video game sponsors that the guys that bring in the console for kids' birthdays and such to play games. And normally, I'm not bothered by this, but, you know, I've seen some of the stuff that the children have played, and some of it's relatively fine, you know, build and block games and other such sorts, and there's sometimes, every once in a while, I'll see them playing some kind of shooting game, like violent video games, and it doesn't feel right in these halls, you know? And in the halls of our restaurant in this company. You know? Fazbears and murder just don't go together. It's not right. We're a family restaurant for kids and grown-ups alike that... I forget the line, but, you know. It's a wonderful place to feel safe, and I don't think about these sorts of things. I don't know, I just don't feel right about it. Well, anyway, speaking of, concern for the children, have you cleaned the pizzas that they're serving recently?
Okay, there are like
Well,
50
that's pretty
things
pal.
in the office.
That's here, no there. I don't really understand any of that. What I do understand is the card games.
The door was put. Okay.
I'm afraid you just got...
He had this set that was specifically for, playing with atoms, I believe. It was something with nuclear science. He was a big fan of this stuff. And, you see, at first...
Oh, you make an adorable corpse.
Well, am I glad to see you? You know, I'd actually been thinking about it a lot recently. Specifically magic, because my buddy Orville, he's a magician. And, there's a lot of argument in the world about, the believability of magic, whether or not it can even be a real thing. And for me, magic is strange. I've heard about all sorts of different things, and all sorts of spiritual, strange subjects, like, pretty sure I've heard something about remnant being uttered here and there. That's here, no there. I don't really understand any of that. What I do understand is the card games. And, the card games have been getting really popular recently. For example, it's something to do with magic, I believe. But, I've been seeing some of the kids' older brothers and sisters playing it. in the big kids section of the restaurant. And I thought it was interesting, and I had a closer look every once in a while, and they would show me the ropes, and I gotta say, card games have been getting really complicated. You know, back in my day, we used to just play blackjack and poker and go fish and tiddlywinks or whatever. And it's interesting how complicated modern things can really get. Like, have you ever tried to use a computer? Of course you have, it's a part of your job, but there's so much to do. You open the menus and it just hits you with a wave of options. All sorts of little applications, I believe they're called. That, you know, programs. You can watch moving pictures, you can listen to music. It's insane. I couldn't believe my eyes. You know, what's next, right? Anyway, so I was also thinking about where was I? Hey, you know what? Maybe it'll come back to me later. I'll see you around.
Oh, he just leaves? And he's back in the vent. Okay. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Oh my god. Oh wait, I need to go to the sister location. This is fine. Alright, let's see. Camera point and click. 20 bucks. You know what? Sure. Find and click all our video bands. Okay. So it's just Maple from its Too Many Nights. How much is Laura?
Yeah, good dance.
24, sure. When you hear music playing, search the cameras and or click for it. Okay, that was a mistake. This is fine.
Come get your upgrade here.
Still there? Did I miss? Did I miss one? Ah, there we go. Alright.
The believability of magic, whether or not it can even be a real thing.
I heard it too
Could
late.
you let me in faster next time? I'm up.
Okay, there's too much going on.
Without slumbering, tick tock.
That the children have played, and
Fine.
some of it's relatively fine, you know, build and block game.
Girl, I was getting it. Where the hell is it?
Well, hey there. Isn't it fancy catching you here? You know, it's been a while since we've last spoken. How's the job treating you? Things going well?
Alright. Oh. You know, some of those guys combined really hard. But, you know, that's why it's night 6. Alright. I am going to have to do the second part of this video another day, but it'll still be in the same video, probably tomorrow. But I am gonna go through the extras I got. Something borrowed. What do you mean something borrowed? What did I borrow? What is it? What's something borrowed? Salvage all 24 regular animatronics. Okay, that's fair. I'm assuming there's another one called something new for getting all the, like, other ones. Anyways, let's go through the character gallery. Oh yeah, I also got Chipper between videos, but let's start with Endoskeleton. If ever wondered what Freddy would look like naked, wonder no longer. Seriously, stop wondering, that's weird. The Endoskeleton has all the mechanical components that bring Freddy and friends to life. Being designed as a blank slate that can be programmed to be any character, it is against the rules of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza for an Endoskeleton to be spotted by customers without its costume on. So this one doesn't enjoy being seen. Despite its design being more so based on Endo 2, this Endoskeleton is meant to represent Endos as a whole. Golden Freddy was designed to do something similar, being sort of a fusion between his FNAF 1 and FNAF 2 selves. This way, both could be represented in spirit without clogging up the roster with two very similar looking and acting characters.
Where am I? Careful with that flashlight, you almost got me caught. Error in action number 1 of jump scare event for object endoskeleton variable quote voice line ID unquote not set before reading. I was looking for a new suit, I suppose you will have to do. You never stood a chance, no bones about it. Process complete, shutting down. This is the Endo you. Lights off protocol completed successfully. You won't be needing your old skeleton anymore. Not when you have me. Ha 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 ha. You will never get off my wild ride. Ha 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 ha. Warning critical.
Cool. Alright, Toy Chica. This newer, sleeker redesign of Chica is a real party girl, and an embodiment of fun through fitness. Toy Chica was designed to encourage kids to get up and move, with a slimmer design to match. This was largely in response to parents' complaint that the previous Chica's overbearing love of pizza encouraged childhood obesity. Yeah, it seems like she was made to appeal to adults as well. This would probably be a good place to mention that leading to this game's release, practically every time it revealed a new set of designs, there are people commenting that one or more of them were hot. It wasn't even limited to the female characters either. It's not even on purpose. Oh, there's 3. Huh, neat.
Let's party. Oh, you make an adorable corpse. Oh my god, you're like so bad at this. Bingo! Got 'em. Yuck. These bloodstains do not fit my look. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Who's a good little cupcake? Aw, you are. Call that a party foul. Ugh, whatever.
Mangle, originally intended as a softer, cutesier version of Foxy that could keep toddlers entertained, the company soon found they underestimated the sheer strength of preschoolers. The animatronic was torn apart within days of being introduced, and not wanting to go to any more over budget than they already had with the restaurant, the company chose to just kind of leave it like that. It was dubbed The Mangle and promoted as a take apart and put back together attraction, with some parents questioning the safety of such a thing. Fazbear Entertainment argued such an attraction was important to encouraging kids' creativity and may lead to a future in the STEM field. Fun fact, this is my favorite animatronic. Despite usually drawing Mangle's body closer to its original model before now, I decided to finally acquiesce with this design and give her the noodle body that a lot of FNAF fan artists do. Frankly, I wish I started doing this a lot sooner. Not only is it way easier to draw, it's also way more funny.
Let's play! Well, now that we're together, let's hang.
Reference to FNAF
Can't
World.
the fox have some privacy around here? See what you've done? Sorry about your head. Though I guess you weren't using it for much anyway.
Damn.
Don't think I didn't see you looking at me. Do you really think I'm that pretty? 2 heads are better than 1. That bites.
like the bite of 87. Anyways, Nightmare Balloon Boy. Following the negative reception of the BB animatronic line, plans for future variations were thrown out and cancelled. One of the founders, however, thought it'd be really, really funny to make an even more upsetting variation of the existing BB design. Being a few beers deep in inspiration from his favorite and cell-phone bar, he drove home and after a few hours of hard work, determination, and keeping his kids up with all the noise, came out with Nightmare BB. Fortunately, he spent too much time testing its capacity to scare his own children to sneak him into any of the restaurants. I've always struggled coming up with the mechanics for Nightmare BB specifically for some reason. In all three Frickbear's games, even Frickbear's 1, which he ultimately didn't even appear in the final version of, he never wound up having his originally planned mechanic in the final game. In 1, he was going to be an inverse of Foxy, who killed you if you use a flashlight on him, though he was ultimately scrapped, and this mechanic was given to Endo instead, who keeps this mechanic to this day. And 2, I think he was going to make a pop-up, like Old Man Consequences in UCN, although this was scrapped because it would have been too complicated to program. In 3, the original idea was that you would need to beat his high score at one of the minigames, but this mechanic was ultimately transferred to Toy Freddy instead. His current mechanic is actually a slight retooling of Nightmare On's old mechanic from 2. Oh, neat. That is a big mouth.
Bite me!
I was gonna ask why you have so many, but I know. You have one for appearing, one for being hit.
Aw, don't cry 'cause I bit off your face. You look better this way. No balloon unbursted, no butt unkicked. You click like a girl. What? Even I know the value of dental hygiene. My
fair
teeth,
enough.
your face. Do the math. Aw, you poor little panicky patrol man can't even use a mouse right. Aw, little baby wants your balloon. Here you go. Psych! Better hope you get a closed casket funeral, 'cause you are ugly. Oh, my tooth.
Hey. Anyway, Circus Baby. Self-described magnum opus of Mr. Afton, Circus Baby's design exhibits ambition to a level no animatronic has ever quite been able to match since, which only makes it all the more tragic that she was only operational in a restaurant for a single day. She's been locked away ever since, her creator vetoing any idea the board has to come up with to make back their investment on her. It seems she holds a certain amount of sentimental value to her creator, which for him is quite rare. Holding much less sentimental value are the freight containers worth of baby babs produced alongside her, known for inexplicably shattering when left alone around Baby for any extended period of time. When asked what happened to them, Baby often claimed she just needed to take the edge off. The Biddy Babs designs are a pretty significant departure from their original designs, and this was for a good reason. Because the Biddy Babs need to be drawn more times than pretty much any other character in the game, I wanted to simplify them down as much as possible to make doing so a lot less work. Knowing how and when to be lazy is a very important skill for a game developer to have.
Here's the scoop. You'd best start believing in circuses. You're in one. If I'm a clown, you must be the entire circus. Don't hold it against us. I didn't even need the ice cream for that one. Look at what you made me do. That makes 0. Trusting me was your decision. Proving you wrong was my choice. Alright, Biddy Babs, pack it up.
Alright. Ballora values thoughtfulness and composure, hosting a much calmer performance than the rest of her troupe. In contrast, she has quite the temper in regards to her behavior around customers. Many have complained about her horrible sense of direction, being unable to correctly guide someone even to a room in her direct line of sight. Clients have been asked not to argue with her about it, as it only ever leads to her insisting that they just don't follow her directions correctly. Rowdy teens enjoy testing the limits of her advanced stabilizers by stacking objects on top of her until she falls over. I swear I didn't make them that big on purpose. Are you sure about that?
Care to dance? That was anything but graceful. Down will come baby, cradle and all. They say dancing faces you towards heaven, no matter the direction you turn. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Didn't your mother ever teach you to stop and appreciate the little things? Not quite my tempo. Terrible performance. Let's take it from the top. Don't worry. It's not your fault you're too slow to keep up. Ballet is a window to the soul. Did you like what you saw? Oh, why, I never!
Who's next? Mr. Hippo. Mr. Hippo is a long-running character in Fazbear Entertainment's pantheon of mascots, existing even before Freddy Fazbear himself. In spite of this, however, he has unfortunately fallen into obscurity in recent years. A rights dispute between Fazbear Entertainment and Murray's Costume Manor, the original designers of the character, ultimately led to the character deciding he wasn't an important enough character to be worth the legal hassle to keep and drop him from the lineup. Mr. Hippo animatronics are still being produced in the modern day, though only through cheap companies who manage to round up the character's right following Murray Costume Manor's bankruptcy. An unfortunate aspect of trying to represent the entire FNAF series with a limited character roster is that some characters you like will inevitably need to be left out. In the case of this game, that includes the rest of the Meteorico Melodies. Pizzeria Simulator introduced so many characters that I had to be especially picky with the ones to include compared to other games, and I chose Mr. Hippo since he's by far the most popular and iconic of the group.
Been thinking about something and I wanted to tell you about it. Not really one for stories, are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something? Alright, where was I? Why, am I glad to Man, am I... Oh, you just... Well, hey... Been thinking about something
I'm going to do those later. Because they're long. I didn't actually do it later, so I'll do it now.
Why, am I glad to see you? You know, I'd actually been thinking about it a lot recently. Specifically magic, because my buddy Orville, he's a magician. And, there's a lot of argument in the world about, the believability of magic, whether or not it can even be a real thing. And for me, magic is strange. I've heard about all sorts of different things, and all sorts of spiritual, strange subjects, like, pretty sure I've heard something about remnant being uttered here and there. But, that's here nor there. I don't really understand any of that. What I do understand is card games. And the card games have been getting really popular recently. For example, it's something to do with magic, I believe. But I've been seeing some of the kids' older brothers and sisters playing it in the big kids section of the restaurant. And I thought it was interesting. And I had a closer look every once in a while, and they would show me the ropes. And I gotta say, card games have been getting really complicated. You know, back in my day, we used to just play blackjack and poker and go fish and tiddlywinks or whatever. And it's interesting how complicated modern things can really get. Like, have you ever tried to use a computer? Of course you have. It's a part of your job, but there's so much to do. You open the menus and it just hits you with a wave of options. All sorts of little applications, I believe they're called. That, programs... you can watch moving pictures, you can listen to music, it's insane, I couldn't believe my eyes, what's next, right? Anyway, so I was also thinking about, where was I? Hey, you know what, maybe it'll come back to me later, I'll see you around. Man, am I glad to see you. I was thinking, recently, we being a children's entertainment restaurant, I think, the company should branch into, toys. I thought that was an interesting subject, and I thought you could bring it up to your boss, because, looking at the children and seeing the toys they bring in, all sorts of wonderful, colorful figurines and collectible action figures and marketable characters. I've thought to myself, you know, a lot has changed between now and when me and Orville grew up back in the 40s. See, back then, safety standards were subpar, and this was made very obvious by a lot of sectors, but more importantly, children's toys were awfully strange. Now, I had a lot of arguments with Orville about this kind of stuff. Specifically, we had this toy set, and it was weird. You know, Orville came from a wealthy family, and they could afford all sorts of expensive doodads and doohickeys and thingamabobs and what. And he had this set that was specifically for playing with atoms, I believe. It was something with nuclear science. He was a big fan of this stuff, and you see, at first it sounds interesting because, you know, children love learning. Learning is one of the most wonderful things you can do. I love learning every day. I love sharing my stories because learning is just one of the most beautiful. It's wonderful. It's just a magical thing. But Orville, he wasn't in it for the learning. He was in it for the other part of nuclear science, making the explosions and all those things. So he bought this. His parents bought him this set, and we'd been playing with it in his backyard at the mansion. And he was sitting, you know, looking at it. He was like, "Hey, Orville," I'm sorry. He was like, "Hey, Hippo, look at this. Check this out." And he showed me, and he put the I believe it was some blue rock, and he put it up to another one, and it created this this beautiful bright blue. And we thought, you know, at first it was wonderful, and then we fell deathly ill. And it turns out, a couple weeks later, after we'd already played with the toy over and over again, the toy had been recalled because the scientists up at the stop had discovered that radiation isn't safe. And scientists are wonderful people. I think about scientists all the time. Scientists can be wonderful, wonderful people. For example, like, you know, the fellas that brought to the moon, me and Orville, we actually watched the moon landing on live television. When it happened, it was a triumph. It was one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It was just a beautiful triumph. It was a sight to behold. And, you know, Orville thought he's always been a bit of a skeptic. He told me, you know, they're just doing this so they can beat the Russians. They were trying to tell the Russians, yeah, we won. And I told him, you know, Orville, you're kind of a negative Nancy. Yeah, you're not really like everything I've ever told you. You've always had some kind of skeptic to it, and it's been, why are you like this? And he just shrugged. You know, sometimes I reevaluate what I think about that man. I think he's got a good heart, but he's a character for sure. Anyway, I'll see you later. I need to go use the bathroom. Oh, you're just the night guard I wanted to see. How you doing? I'm doing. I've been a little stressed out, actually. I've been thinking about the video game sponsors that we've had. The guys that bring in the console for kids' birthdays and such to play games. And normally, I'm not bothered by this, but you know, it's I've seen some of the stuff that the children have played, and some of it's relatively fine, you know, building block games and other such sorts. And there's sometimes, every once in a while, I'll see them playing some kind of shooting game, like violent video games, and it doesn't feel right in these halls, you know? In the halls of our restaurant in this company. You know, Fazbears and murder just don't go together. It's not right. We're a family restaurant for kids and grown-ups alike. I forget the line, but you know, it's a wonderful place to feel safe and not really think about these sorts of things. I don't know, I just don't feel right about it. Well, anyway, speaking of concern for the children, have you seen the pizzas that they've been serving recently? I've been looking at the menu, and I actually went behind the kitchen to check it out. Some of the ingredients there have been there for a little longer than I think is safe, honestly. I really think they should address that as soon as possible. That could lead to some problems down the line. But who am I to say? I'm not really one who eats pizza, nor much of anything, really, given that I'm, a robot, I suppose. But, Well, anywho, I've got to run some errands, so I'll see you around.
Well, hey,
Well,
hey there. Isn't it fancy catching you here? It's been a while since we've last spoken. How's the job treating you? Things going well? Thinking about meeting up with old friends after a while. I met up with my old friend Montgomery Gator. People know him as Monty, is his stage name for that whole Rockstar gig. But ever since he picked up that Rockstar gig, he never really had time for any of his old friends or hanging out. And, I was okay with this. However, the other day, he'd called me and asked, "Hey, Monty, I mean Hippo, you wanna catch up and go fishing?" Now, of course, I couldn't say no to that, so I packed my fishing gear. I put it on the back of the truck, and I drive over to where he said to meet up, which was this old shack a couple counties over. Now, I don't know why he'd asked me to drive so far, but the old shack was stationed right next to this old pond, really big pond, and he'd stated that it was a very, very good pond for fishing. But I digress. So, I drive over. I meet him over at the old shack. Creepy old shack it was. Covered in mold, the wood was barely holding together, and there was spider webs everywhere. And I'd asked him, "Hey, Monty, is this your shack?" And I assume he didn't hear me, because instead of answering my question, he looked over to me and held up this big burlap sack he was carrying. And he said, "Hey, Hippo, could I get a quick hand chucking this here bag of compost into the pond?" Now, of course, not much of a botanical man myself, so I had to ask, "Well, why would you need to fertilize a pond? Nothing's growing in there." And Monty, he looked over to me, looked away, looked over to me again, looked at the bag, looked at me, and he said, "Well, there's seaweed at the bottom of the pond here, and it's good for the fish." And of course, who am I to question a man who's grown up around bodies of water his whole life? So I obliged and helped him chuck the bag into the river, but I couldn't help but notice these two lumps on the bag. Kind of reminded me of rabbit ears, they did. So I asked, "Hey, Auntie, why is the bag so lumpy?" And he responded, "I thought dead animal or something." Yeah, dead rabbit. A little rabbit got into the bag. It's, it happens every once in a while, but carcasses are good for the pond. Now, again, I'm not one to question my friend's knowledge, so I just wave it off and help him chuck it into the pond. And, almost at the very moment the bag touches the water, he looks over to me and he's like, "Hey, thanks, wonderful help. I gotta go now. And, I chime in. I say, "Well, weren't we here to go fishing?" And, he looks over to me and he says, "Well, I forgot my fishing rod." And, I point over to the spare that I bring just in case, my rod snaps. And, he scratches the back of his head and responds, "Well, there's no fish left in the water. There's a fish pandemic." And, again, not really one to question my friend's knowledge, so I shrug and get back in the truck and drive home. And, looking back on it, Monty was acting awfully neurotic that day. He was looking over his shoulder all the time and asked me if I had been followed. And, a lot of mannerisms that actually reckon back to old Pig Patch. He's an interesting character, a great friend, but, actually, speaking of the devil, I just looked at my watch and I gotta go help Pig Patch get the bugs out of his garden. Bugs as in microphones. He believes there's microphones in the garden. Something about the Fazbear Company getting him for discovering this Fazgoo thing. Not quite sure what he's on about, but once again, I'm not one to question my friends, and I think I'd rather just help him out. So, I'll see you around.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
Oh, that's just the other one.
Where was I?
Yeah, okay, back to the regularly scheduled program. 5 minutes, Dread Bear. Dread Bear was put together as part of an ambitious Halloween promotion at Freddy's restaurants. Unfortunately, testing with focus groups determined that an animatronic with an actual human brain would not be very popular with families, so he wound up never being used. Legends say he wanders the forests of Hurricane to this day, searching for the man who created him in hopes that he will build him a robot bride. The plans for Dreadbear's mechanic changed a lot over the course of development. Originally, he was going to have one close to his original appearance in Danger Keep Out levels of Curse of Dreadbear, where you start at the back of the building and slowly move towards your office, although this mechanic was ultimately reworked and given to Springtrap instead. We was the candy idea, though in this iteration there's only going to be one candy bowl and he was going to appear in the right doorway instead of the center window. Fortunately, we quickly realized he would have been too big to fit in the doorway, which led to the final iteration of this mechanic. A lot of animatronics mechanics underwent a similar pipeline through the course of the game's development. Too big. As if Big Top also doesn't go through the vents, and it's fine. I mean, doors.
Happy Halloween. Candy. Candy. Feed me. Trick or treat. Nom nom. Tasty. Thank you. Yummy. Brains. I'll carve you like a pumpkin. Where is your Halloween spirit? It's alive. Never mind. It's dead. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Still hungry. No treat for me is a trick for you. I'm so hungry.
Damn. Anyways, Anim Dude, Houston, Texas. Yes, Anim Dude debuted in Houston, Texas, 1978. Overworked, underpaid, and underappreciated, one game developer working under Fazbear Entertainment decided he had enough and went rogue, concocting a plan to get back at the company. Reworked a game he had created on company time into a ransomware virus. Anim Dude was spread across company's computers, encrypted his employees' files until they beat developers' game to get the back. With nobody left at the company being skilled at the game enough to do so, they begrudgingly hired a developer back to address the issue. He was fired again soon after. For a while, I was kind of torn on whether I wanted to characterize Anim Dude as the actual guy from There's No Pause Button or literally just caught coughing. While this mechanic is definitely more meant to be the former, his voice lines and dialogue are derived from the latter, mostly just because there would be next to nothing to work with otherwise. Anim Dude jump scare. Dear God, a white cube.
Hello? Hello? Alright, enough trolling. When's the real night guard getting here? Congratulations, you lost to an imaginary monster in an imaginary game. All your theories are wrong. Goodbye. Someone had to bring this story to an end. There's always an underachiever in the bunch, and I guess that's you. You know, I don't think you know how to play, you know? It was time to put you in your place. Oh, alright. I'll see you on the flip side.
Oh, neat. Alright, Chipper. Stories told of Mr. Chipper's Oh yeah, I didn't actually get him this time. You just have to buy something. That's it, you just have to buy one item from the store. Anyways, stories told of Mr. Chipper's exploits are not told lightly. A ruthless kingpin who rules his forestry empire with an iron fist. Few who have gotten in the way of his business having lived to tell a tale. At least that's what the termites would tell you. The rest of the forest's denizens seem to like him quite a bit. Just look at those eyes. So full of life. Do you really think anything sinister could be hiding behind them? If certain bits of dialogue in Chipper and Son's Lunder Co. are to be believed, every character on this roster is, in fact, a robot. The only other thing I have to mention about Chipper is that he's one of very few characters of this roster who I own merchandise of. The other two are Lefty and Funtime Foxy, who I own plushies of. A friend of mine got me the former for my birthday and found the latter at a thrift store for 50 cents. This was absolutely nothing to do with the character, I just thought you'd like to know. Oh my god, that is actually kind of unsettling.
I'm Mr. Chipper, I'm the beaver. Yahoo! Come on now, my gambling debt ain't gonna pay off itself. Sorry, son, looks like you got a date with the Grim Reaper. No need to worry, 'cause I know the deal. The trees will grow back for sure, that's for real. You're gonna be sleeping with the fishes. See how to feel for me. Hey, look on the bright side. A burial mound sure beats a termite man. Timber! What, my lumber too expensive for you? Well, how much they're paying you? What, I'll bury me with my money.
Anyways, finally it's Vanessa. Vanessa stands out as one of the few employees from before the company's buyout to still be around, not just as a Fazbear employee, but also just in general. Getting her start in the company's game division, she somehow found herself hired as a security guard at their flagship location, despite having no previous qualifications. Even then, she quickly proved herself as a natural at the job, and has stuck with the position ever since. While she feels she should probably find a safer line to work, she's found it harder and harder to pry herself away from the company as time has gone on. What could it be that tethers her to this chain? As you may have noticed, there's a bit of a running theme between all the playable night guards in that each sort of resembles one of the four original animatronics. While she probably looks like your counterpart, the least of the four, Vanessa is meant to line up with Chica, taking design cues from Toy Chica specifically, to even guess who the others are supposed to line up with. I can see she definitely does take from Toy Chica in a couple of departments. Either way, I'm assuming Mike is Freddy, just because Big and Jeremy is, would it be Bonnie? I'm assuming you're Bonnie because the kid, and then also, I'm assuming Fritz is gonna be, Foxy. Anyways, let's see if I unlock some concept art. Early jump scare sprites. Super early jump scare sprites based on the pre-redesigned animatronic designs. I only wound up finishing these 8 before the stylistic shift occurred. That's cool. Alright, anything else? Paper Biddy Bab. The brawl sprite used for one of the Biddy Babs on the left hall camera. The reason this specific Biddy Bab is so abstract compared to the others is purely because by the time all the other sprites were done, the only space left on the camera was on the wall, so Zach had to get creative. Fair enough. Tipsy Bird. Yo. I know she's coming back in the update. I wanted to get this, like, all 5 endings before the Endless update came out, which is why I'm doing this instead of, like, I don't know, Secret of the Mimic again. Or at least they're doing Secret of the Mimic again. Either way, in early development, the 4th salvage location was planned to be a lot more expansive, letting you explore not only the house, but also the nearby Junior's location. Which in the Frickbear's universe, we decided was a chain of Freddy Fazbear-themed bars. Tragically, this idea being scrapped meant I couldn't include the giant billboard of its sexy bird mascot. Tipsy Bird 2. You're not affiliated. While this design didn't get to be used for its original purpose, she does still appear as a healthy ad in the final game. Another fun tidbit is that Tipsy Bird's design is directly based off on my recollection of a mascot I remember seeing on a billboard while my family was driving to my grandpa's as a kid. Unfortunately, I've never seen this billboard since, so I can only assume the sexy chicken is lost media. Is it really? Where is she? Oh, she's up here. That's neat. Alright, Biddy Babs pack. Dreadbird Airbud. Now, there's a lot of overlap in this voice cast of game and Gimmicko. Both characters here are voiced by Zach. I don't know what Gimmicko is, but that's cool. I love that. Alright, Biddy Babs backing up. That's great. And I think statistics. I Yeah, Withered Freddy's still my most. Let's see where everyone else stacks up. Freddy definitely got boosted a bit. Bonnie, I think, got 2 more kills. Let's scroll down. Toy Chica got 3. Yeah, that makes sense. What's the next character? Dreadbear gets 1. And everyone else I have not died to. I'm surprised I didn't die to Animdu, like, at all. I feel like I should have. Anyways. Frankly, Golden Freddy and Molten Freddy are kind of the easier ones. Definitely Toy Freddy. I'm definitely picking up Nightmare Balloon Boy. I don't know what else I was scared of. Nightmare BB's just really easy. Minigame. Of course, it's Fred Sleeper. Upgrade, employee discount. Yeah, see, I did a Vanessa run off camera, so yeah. And I am back to play Five Nights at Frickbear's 3. I actually have a plan. So I just realized I can't actually show you this. Can I? I can. Why is it transparent? I did not know that was going to happen. Either way, this is my plan. So these characters are required. I put them in order of which one I would death coin first. Frankly, Lefty is the most annoying out of all of them, so I'm probably gonna death coin her if I ever buy the death coin. And these are the characters I'm gonna go for. Night 1, Golden Freddy, Chica, Endoskeleton. Actually, I need to check something real quick. Because I don't know if, the Endoskeleton, kills me if I use the flashlight in the cameras. And if it does, that is kind of a deal breaker because of Springtrap. So yes, it does. Alright.
You won't be needing your old skeleton anymore.
So yeah, that is indeed a deal breaker. So I will take Withered Bonnie instead. Well, I only need the flashlight for Springtrap, so I guess it's fine. Either way, Night 2, Toy Freddy, free. JJ, also free. Rockstar. No, Toy Bonnie, also kind of free. Not as free, but I mean, I guess I already have like 3 other vent animatronics, but still, better than the alternatives. Easier than the alternatives, rather. Honestly, Toy Chica and Mangle, they're fine, but really, I don't really care for them. Night 3. The first 2 characters, they're free. They're just distractions. I could not care less. But Shadow Freddy, I'm kind of still on the fence about. Like, I don't think I need to see anything in the office. But, like, regardless of what the third Night 4 animatronic I choose is, I'm still going to need to see the office at least a little bit. So, Endoskeleton in combination with Shadow Freddy might be a bit much. I might actually switch that out. You know what? Yeah, there we go. Instead, I'll choose Helpy. Helpy's simple. Night 4, these 2 characters are pretty much free, and you're the 3rd least hard character. And then, it would be nice to get Rodney and or Chipper instead of the hardest characters on these. So if I do happen to get backdoor trading and they happen to appear, I'm switching out whatever the last guy is here with them. Either way, let's do this, shall we? Also, I may have done a Vanessa run before, but I waited until now to actually read it. I'm Vanessa Shelley. I don't think I'll ever wind up here again, but I guess things have a funny way of working themselves out. Do you think taking that summer job, who knows how many years ago, would have led to a whole career? Right, about what I'm doing here. I've actually been working for this at this chain for a while, even before it changed owners. I still slip up and call it Freddy Fazbear sometimes. Before now, I had a job at our flagship location, but the hustle and bustle got to be a bit much for me. So now I asked upper management if I could transfer to a smaller location, even with how a few locations were still open. This one happened to have a position available. It almost seemed like fate, you know? Like the universe itself wanted me to be right back here at this very moment. Not that I believe in any of that stuff, of course. Regardless, that's where I am now, back where my career started. Hold on. There we go. But that's enough about the past, I suppose. Today begins this new chapter of my career. Yeah, no. This is hard mode. I have to play optimally. Or at least somewhat close to optimally. No! I was so close. I just barely didn't sell the other one. I just didn't click fast enough. That's 50 cents. Well, that wasn't so bad. This place is a bit more claustrophobic, but it's the boss.
Wow, ring ring, hey, is the stupid thing on? Hey, Stooge, great work tonight, or whatever. Big news, your good-for-nothing coworker is picking up his call, so it looks like you get to work overtime. I think this is the same lines as last time, but whatever. That coworker wouldn't happen to be the one I heard get crushed over the phone, would I? Ah, that's none of your business. Just listen up and do as they say. Go to the address I sent you. Some chump will explain the rest when you get there. Good luck, or whatever.
This address seems to be another Freddy's location. Here's hoping it isn't more dangerous than this one. What is that? Oh my god. The tier list website I was using played an ad. I thought it was a secret in game. And I should just need Withered Bonnie, and then I need to get Springtrap, and then... Oh boy, I need to get the masks. Which means I have to do the minigame. Oh god, this is gonna be a bit... Freddy mask. Crap. Okay, well... $5. It's not much, but... Alright. Okay. I definitely could have squeezed a bit more out of there. There's 2 people outside? It seems that they're arguing. If you knew what was good for you, you'd leave her to me. Neither of you have any idea what you're getting yourselves into here. What, so you can boss her around? Fat chance! You reek of ulterior motives. In fact, you reek in general. Jeez, why do you smell like that? Alright, what's going on here? Ah, there you are. Yes, oh, hello there, you gorgeous. Yes, you just wanted to... Hey, wait, I was talking. Ladies are stinky. It's not like you had anything worthwhile to say anyhow. You do realize who you are, right? You do realize I know who you are, right? What are you doing here? Well, boy, I'm glad you asked. See, you've got a little something I want. Well, you got a lot, actually. But whatever that other stuff you brought home with you doesn't matter to me right now. You know that green, moldy bunny guy you salvaged? See, the funny thing is, he actually belongs to me. Under what circumstances? You know neither of you should be handling that thing. Listen, what was your name? Vanessa Shelley? Yes, Vanessa. I apologize if we got off on the wrong foot, but I only want to make one thing clear. Certain things at this company are not to be trifled with. That rabbit is very much one of them. Do you mean Springtrap or do you mean me?
I understand you're new around here, at least compared to myself. Consider yourself lucky that you still have time to change course.
Being around as long as I have, I know I have my fair share of regrets. If I were in your shoes, well, I would have loved to get out while I still had the chance. Are you threatening her? I am only warning you, both of you. If you continue down this path, touching things that should not be touched, I feel you won't be happy when they come back to bite you. You would know a thing about bites, wouldn't you? Excuse me. Oh, come on, what's with that look? I was just a joke. Oh well, you get the picture, don't you, Vanessa? You got two choices here. You can either go along with me, or you could bore yourself to death with whoever that guy's got planned. I have a feeling you will make the right choice in the end. And just like that, the mysterious white rabbit hopped, skipped, and jumped back into the darkness. Good riddance. Listen, Vanessa, was it? I like to believe you have good intentions with whatever it is you're doing here, even if I do not fully understand them. In fact, I appreciate that you brought that mask back with you, if you happen to find any more. I would love to take them off your hands. Just steer clear of that rabbit, will you? You'll be better off if you don't get your hands dirty. And the hooded man takes his leave as well. Well, I'm definitely not giving her what she wants, but I can't say I trust that purple guy either. He had a point though. The whole reason I came here was so I wouldn't have to get involved with this stuff. But it's also security guard's duty to protect, isn't it? I better keep an eye out for more of those things. I'd hate for them to fall into the wrong hands. Alright, final question, how many party take? Oh, frick. AP. Alright, cool. Oh, man. I don't know if I would have had to restart it, but either way, I got Lefty now, and I got $100. I don't know if I need all 3 end conditions to get the 5th star, but I'm not taking any chances.
Oh, man.
You know what, that's fine. No, it's not, actually. I really need the tokens. Well, I guess I don't need them, but, like, I really should get them. Please tell me it's going to be from. Gosh darn it! Oh, now I have to do all night 1 and 2 again. I forgot the mask. Okay. Night 1 done again. And head start. Let's get overcharge, head start, and overcharge. And might as well. That way I can get backdoor trading next time. That way I can get backdoor trading next time, and then hopefully get Rodney or one of the ideal animatronics instead of, say, Boy Bonnie. No. I forgot the mask. I forgot the goddamn mask. God, that's not what I. Ah! You know what? Screw it, Jeremy. Let's go. got the mask! You know what? After some consideration, I'm going with Mike. I really just needed to get this ending. And I don't know if I could do it with Vanessa. And I know most of the mess-ups I've been doing is, just forgetting things. But, since I'm forgetting so many things so many times, I don't want to have to restart on the hardest difficulty. Every single time I just forget one thing, so, yeah, I'm taking the coward's way out. And that is going one, difficulty setting lower. I mean, historically, YouTube really hates this series, so, I don't know if anyone's even gonna hear this. But, either way, this should actually make it a lot easier since I can actually use my tokens on, or use my money on, anything except for the Talbert files. Either way, this does also shift my, strategy just a little bit. Namely, since I don't need to, Shit. Since I don't need to get all, the animatronics, I could just focus on, hold on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right now. It has to be that. Either way, since I don't need to get all the animatronics I was going to, I can, focus some of my efforts on, or more of my in-night effort on... It's a beautiful day outside. I've been thinking, I could go on more walks. Maybe. Yeah. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I was gonna say I can focus my attention on the other threats. It seems I failed to pay attention to the primary ones. I am going... Okay. Alright. I have to remember the mask this time. For fuck's sake. Let's just get that. That way I can... Oh, I can get backward trading now? Cool. Cool. Alright, let's see. Where is the backward trading? And it's Pop Goes!
Pop Goes!
Hold on.
Pop Goes!
This is the longest Pop Goes has been away from home. The chef wanted me to go on a vacation, but Oh, I don't stand a fighting chance out there. I don't want to get back to the dead forest. This is gonna be my Pop Goes finale. Although, I suppose you seem to be like to chase animatronics. How about you salvage me and I return to Freddy's too? I must admit, I do have some fond Pop Goes memories of that place. Pop Goes Arcade 2016. If I did, would that make you my Pop Goes? Salvage animatronic, cameras, controlled shocks. I'm not going to, do you. I am going to peruse my options. Either way, do not forget the mask. I almost forgot the mask again. God, that would have been so embarrassing if I forgot the mask again. Very mad. Alright, let's try and do this. Alright, I did it. Gosh darn it. Okay, I missed one, but that's fine. Alright, I should be getting both now? There's two people. Okay, good. I'm back on track. Alright, Mike, let's finish this. And by finish this, I mean spam spacebar until I'm able to actually finish this. God, that took me like 30 minutes to get back here. And it's candy. Let's see what you have to say. So this is Freddy's. Sheesh. And I thought my place was the pits. Listen, buddy, you really gotta start practicing self-respect. I would frankly be embarrassed to work in a place like this. Well, if you need someone to bring some panache to your place, I guess I wouldn't mind tagging along. If it's even half as ugly as this one, I'm sure I could use it. Office mask. Ooh. Okay, if I remember seeing it correctly, I'm assuming he just appears in the window and you have to use the mask. I'm not going to do that, though, because I don't like using entering the office at all. That's where all the scary guys are. Body mask. You're looking the other way. Hey, close the... Okay.
Sheesh! You go down easy.
At the door closed.
That joke is for you.
Hey, the door... Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Why the hell am I failing so much? It's night frickin' 2. 3. Still, by now I should have it down. Okay. That took a hot second. Let's see. Interactions. Huh. That man from last night is back.
You know, I can't help but wonder what it is you're trying to accomplish here. Your boss is giving you a bonus for this? Are you just curious what might happen? I just struggle to see what your motive is here, especially when I doubt you even know what these things even are. The rabbit, for example. Do you know who or what exactly he is?
Listen, wherever they are, I've been handling them fine. You don't have to worry about me.
I'm more concerned about with what consequences freeing him and the others will have. Consequences you clearly don't grasp the weight of. Listen, let me tell you about this. friend I once knew. He was a bit rough around the edges, made plenty of mistakes, but he had a good heart. Always wanted to do the right thing, you know? And I always liked that about him. Yet he was horribly stubborn. He had this harebrained plan, and he insisted he'd do it all himself. His cross to bear, he said. So he said. He became obsessed, fully submerged in his work. Maybe because he was in over his head, or maybe just to try and drown out his guilt. But soon he began meddling with forces far outside his control. Do you want to know what happened to him? He turned up dead, his brain splattered across the walls of his study. Maybe you won't realize it now, maybe you won't realize it until it's too late. But if you come to realize, these things were sealed away for a reason. And so the man vanishes back into darkness yet again. His stare seems to pierce right through you as he walks away. Creepy. I'm never getting a straight out answer out of anyone here, or am I? Who does this guy think he is to tell me what to do? It's not like he's the one who signs my checks. Acting like I can't handle myself? I'm not that incompetent. Whatever. If I keep at this, it'll be on my own terms. If I stick to the course long enough, maybe I can finally find out what's going on here. You know what? For old time's sake. Oh, I love that. And I don't have enough cash. Balls. Hairs, pears. I dislike this game. 5 Freddy's. Hey, it's Freddy 5 Bears. I need to beat his score. Gosh darn it! I was too late. A second too late. Okay. I got this. Gosh darn it. This one's very luck reliant, I'm finding. That or I just don't have the skills. Gosh darn it. How did I get this so easy last time? Oh god, pears. This one's not my favorite. Alright, present. I'm looking up a tutorial. There's nothing on the internet that I could find. God, I guess I just have to do this. Gosh darn it! Okay, fuck hard mode. This is the hardest thing in this game. Oh my god. Oh my god, I did it. Fucking finally! Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh gosh darn it. Well, I can still go in here. Alright, I made it out. Okay. Didn't do as well as last time, but I should have enough for the files now. That has connotations. That statement, I mean. Either way. It's her. Alright, you jerk, give it up. What's your angle here? What? Don't play dumb with me. I know you're up to something. You really expect me to believe the whole newbie shtick, huh? Some guy just shows up someday and somehow knows exactly what to grab and exactly how to deal with it? No, you're someone else. I don't know who, but I know you are. Because if you weren't, Springtrap would have gutted you like a fish by now. Just doing my job is considered suspicious? Jeez, I really am a slacker. Listen, lady, I don't even know what this place about. I didn't even know about this place until the job counselor pointed me to it. I'm just some guy. I've got nothing to hide. Oh, really?
So you mean to tell me you don't know anything about the company's history? The bite, the big bite, the Freddy Fazcola recall, the MCI, none of that rings a bell? The MC what? Yeah, the MCI. Sure you've at least heard of that, right? No? You mean to tell me you haven't heard of the single most infamous event in this company's entire history? I should have figured. After all, if you did, I doubt you would still be... You know what? Why don't I tell you about it? Cutscene? So, this place. Pretty run down these days, huh? But that wasn't always the case. Back in the 80s, gosh, Freddy's was the place to be. Everyone and their grandmother wanted to hang out here. If you were a kid, you wouldn't get caught dead anywhere else. Or, well, you get what I mean. Kids love this place. I'm sure you can imagine how big the crowds were. But among those happy crowds, there's a few kids who weren't so happy. The lonely ones, the one who had trouble making friends. There they sat, far away from the crowds, all on their own, all sad and lonely, until one day, a friend came their way. A man, one of the place's performers, actually. He loved putting smiles on kids' faces, so he'd seek out the loneliest ones he could find. And oh boy, he was good at his job. He'd help them beat the arcade games, sneak them toys from behind the prize corner, stuff like that. And the kids absolutely adored him. I mean, who wouldn't? Eventually, those kids' birthdays would come around. Nobody would show up, of course. That is, except for the man. "Why the long face?" he'd say. "Did you not like the gift I got for you?" "Oh, silly me. You must not have found it yet. I should have known. Here, I'll show you to it. Follow me." They follow along, of course. Who would they be to not trust their best friend? He brought them to the back room in the corner of the pizzeria few ever looked and fewer ever ventured to. "Are you ready? Close your eyes," he'd say, as he ushered them into the room. They went in. He followed behind. And just as they opened their eyes... There were 4 children in total. The police never found any of them. The police never found the man, either. You want to know the funniest part? That man. He's been right here with you this whole time. That's right! You've been housing a killer in these walls this entire time! Bet you think twice about handling those animatronics. Haunted, yeah, I heard. What? Yeah, I read an article about those missing kids during my first shift. But I knew about it, I just didn't know it was called, whatever the acronym was. You jerk! You really couldn't have led with that? Great, so this whole story was for nothing. Why did I bother showing up? Okay, fine. No more dressing this up. Let me make this simple. Keep your hands off those robots. They're not yours to keep. Deflated, the white rabbit returned to the darkness. I didn't know that thing was the killer, though. Creepy. Whatever she wants him for could be a hell of a lot creepier. I hate being in the middle of all this, but I guess that's on me for taking the job. Well, it's too late to stop now, and I'm definitely not giving these things to her. There's only one more of both of these things, right? Wouldn't hurt to complete the set, would it? I have enough
Come
for
get your upgrade here.
Find that off that. Okay, I don't know if that's just a glitch, but that thing's been appearing. I gotta do this. I am going to go real quick. Hi, guess who went to the bathroom and got a nosebleed out of nowhere? Yeah, I had to clean stuff off the floor. And by stuff, I mean nose blood. But I'm fine. I think I just need to hydrate more. Alright. Night 5. doing?
I'll find you
Night 5.
eventually.
It's night 5. What am I doing? I mean, like, I know there's gonna be a night 6, but, like, I was on night 5. I can... I could just skip through. Anyways. Time for Stuffy Nose, dialogue.
Well, it seems that despite our best efforts to warn you, you still wound up seeing this thing through to the end.
Seriously, what is your deal? Are you doing this for fun? Yes. You didn't make anyone happy here. All you did was take us off.
But once I agree with that, this really accomplished nothing.
Our goals are fundamentally incompatible. If this was your way of finding a compromise between us, I'm afraid it was all in vain. If we're to do any good with what you've collected here, you'll need to choose between us. Well, he's not going to side with you, that's for sure. Though I doubt he'll want to side with me, either, considering all the stuff I said last night. But hey, water under the bridge, huh? You've got 4 lovely little animatronics here. Why don't we let bygones be bygones and make the most out of them? I'll be sure to reward you handsomely if you do. If you're smart, you won't fall for such an obvious bribe. Listen, I understand that we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, but you do still have one last chance to do some good here. Hand over those masks, and you'll never have to hear from either of us again. Then you'll be free to do whatever it is you're trying to do here. Do you make the right choice? Look, if you would just listen to me, It's the boss. Who's that? It's my boss.
Wah!
Is everything right? I'm not getting fired, am I?
No, everything is not alright. When were you gonna tell me about these files, huh?
Files? What files?
Eh? Is there another guy with you?
Yeah, I'll put you on speaker. Wait, that was Mike. Hi there, Mr. Bossman.
Hey, chump, it's me, Hey, wait a second, I recognize that voice. You're that creep who's been loitering outside my restaurant. And you, the other guy. You two are trying to swindle my employees away, aren't you?
Ah, so you're the one who decided to keep this walking corpse of a brand alive. I have to say, you're certainly living up to everything I expected you to be.
Ah, some nerve. Don't think I can't see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to get my employees to do your dirty work for you, when the only person they should do unpaid work for is me.
God, my throat. Why do Michael and the boss have to have really gruff voices?
Now, get lost before you cost me any more of my time. My employee needs to get back to what really matters here. Making me rich.
Oh, what really matters? He snatched the phone right out of your hand.
If you cared about what really matters, you wouldn't have bought this company in the first place, dragging on its miserable legacy all for a couple of pennies. You're absolutely despicable.
Yeah, not to mention nowhere near as charming as the old owner.
Quiet, you're not a part of this.
But come to think of it, I wouldn't exactly call you charming either. You're both obnoxious.
Oh, please, you wouldn't know the first thing about what makes a good manager. Do either of you have any idea what kind of decisions I have to make? Like just last week, my favorite pizza place jacked up the price on the garlic powder pizza, so I had to fire half my staff to maintain a profit.
You own a pizzeria, can't you just make... There you go. This feels like a cutscene. You furrow your brow watching the scene unfold in front of you. Thinking about your actions over the past few days, you wonder why you even went through any of it. Why? You took so much unnecessary extra work for this job, and for what? For people who only care about themselves? So you can just get fired all over again? You grit your teeth. Everyone's playing you for a fool, keeping you just enough in the dark so you'll help them. Why should you help someone who won't tell you everything, right? But maybe. The answer is a secret closer than you realize. A hand drifts into your pocket, awkwardly looking for somewhere to put it, and that's when you feel it. Those files you bought earlier. You don't know who Talbert is, but without even opening them, you can sense it. The history everyone hid from you. Until now. You're only a few turns of a page away from the context you seek. Then, why don't we read them together? Oh! Hi, Charlotte. Company's new president is putting one hell of an effort to save what little face we have left before our sale goes through. All the documents in this folder were supposed to be destroyed, and I was the one put in charge of destroying them. But screw him. I put up with enough corporate slave. I've put up with being a corporate slave long enough. People deserve the truth, and even if it costs me my job, even if it costs me everything, they'll get it. This folder contains everything. Documentation on every single tragedy the company so desperately wants covered up. Do with it what you will. Space? Ah, okay. A and D. Children disappear, parents blame local diner. I don't think I can read it. I think that's Lorem Ipsum. Police report. Yeah, it is. Freddy Fazbear Pizza, date, person entrance, Henry Emily, Ralph Callahan, and William Afton. Do not let them find out about the murder robot bunker, PT. Illusion disc. Be careful, hostile. Oh! Okay, so the twisted ones are all canon. Cool. 4 missing children. We've been hemorrhaging money for close to 2 decades now. Our cost-cutting measures brought us some time, but it certainly didn't do any favors for our reputation. By all means, this company is a sinking ship, but I'm its captain, and you know how the saying goes. The fact of the matter is, my job here is far from over. These spirits are still trapped inside my machines, and if this company goes under, they'll still be there. At first, I found the very concept of this almost impossible to fathom, but it's thanks to, well, let's call him a friend, that I finally began to wrap my head around it. In fact, that same friend seemed to know how they can be set free. It does pain me to do this to my own creations, but it's what needs to be done. The pieces have been put in place. Things will be made right soon enough. It didn't work. I was so sure that it would. Everything was set up properly. The execution went exactly how I planned it. It should have worked. Why didn't it work? I've begun seeing them out there, out there, everywhere, around the corners, down hallways, shadows dancing the fringes of my vision, even in the corners of my own home. Anywhere the light doesn't reach. Those 4 have had their bodies laid to rest. The killer has long faced justice for what he's done. Their cages have been reduced to nothing but ash, but by all our knowledge, there isn't anything more they could need, but yet this puzzle hasn't been completed. At first I thought, what more could they want? But no, this isn't the question we need to be asking. I've worked with plenty of children. If they want something, they'll let you know it, bless their little hearts. No, what I should be asking, if the picture isn't complete, then what's the missing piece? I need to dig deeper. I finally found it. My hands are shaking as I write this. Perhaps I should calm myself, but I find myself unable to wait to document this revelation. There's one last loose end we have yet to tie up, someone we had forgotten about. I'll be doing this one on my own. My associate has been of great help, but I do not wish to burden him with this. After all, this has always been my cross to bear. It is entirely possible that I won't make it back to tell the tale, but that does not concern me any longer. As soon as those 4 can finally move on, as long as she can move on, it's time I finally tie this last loose end. Happy 10th, Cassidy. Huh. Oh, poor Henry. He never did make it back to tell the tale. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, Mike, buddy. What do you think you're doing here, huh? Come on, old pal. You know a little watchman like yourself should be sticking their nose in confidential company files. Why don't you just hand over that little folder and things can go just as they should, yeah? After all, I'm sure you wouldn't want to end up like Henry. You aren't gonna give it back, are you? Well, alright. Alright, I get it. I see what you're trying to do here. You think by collecting all these artifacts by bringing them all together in one place, you can save everyone, don't you? Free all those poor little souls. And destroy everything we've built up here in the process. Well, have you considered, maybe, things are better this way? Come on, Mike, you see it too, don't you? They love it here! Those poor kids, who knows what waits for them on the other side, am I right? But here, they've got friends to make, games to play, smiles to bring. And somehow you think that's a bad thing. You know what? Maybe you don't have the right. Maybe you just don't have the right perspective on everything. Here, Mike. Why don't I show you?
Frick tip. Give up. Survive. I really do hate to do this to you, you know. You were one of my favorites. But hey, I think I know a way I can make it up to you. How about a little trip down memory lane? WarioWare! 5, 2... Got it! Okay. Cupcake. Singular, okay. Oh, it's everyone! Float. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. Sweet. That's it? Okay, cool. Find me. Oh, you found me. Speed up. Okay. Math. Close. Healthy. Okay. Avoid. Ah, frick. Draw. I have not gotten you yet. What? Sort. Level up. Okay. Math. Yay. Alright. It's everything. Cool. Paddleball. Jesus Christ. Sure. Eat. Avoid. Oh, shoot. Okay. Speed up. Max out. Scare away. Find me. I've got those stars. Oh, frick. Okay. 2, 8, 9, 6, 8. Got it. Okay, cool. Sweet. Ah, frick. That's... Oh, frick. Damn. Whoa, back already? I can't blame you. Find me. Alright. 2 buttons. Vest, got it. Scare away. That's it? Okay, cool. Type. Dave. Got it. Sword. Speed up. Okay, cool. Yay. Is that it? Okay. Paddle ball. Close. Input. 7, 4, 2. Alright. Found him. Okay, cool. Platform. Oh god. Fuck. I mean, frick. Frick. Please spell my name. Frickbear. Matt. Oh, frick. I'm not good at that one. Sword. I'm fine. Okay. That's tough. You keep playing like this forever. Well, we as in me and the other kids, I kind of have to kill you. Oh. Yeah, that was not a good run. You know, if you want to stop me so bad, maybe you should quit playing along. Ah, darn it. Yeah, I'm gonna restart that. Nope, No, I'm not failing at that. That one's just... Yeah, no, I was gonna die anyways. Yeah, no, I'm dead. Psychic foe Frickbear? Oh man. Nope. I'm not doing the boss with one life. Yep, okay. Yeah, no, Oh, that's a cool jump scare. Let's try this again. Yeah. Okay. This one's hard. Let's try this again. Okay. Oh, I think I did better. I mean, it still has a score of 20. I think that's the round I got to. Let's try again. Flow. Paddle ball. What? Okay. Find me. Very close. Max out. Again, very close there. Short. Please. Oh, it worked! Oh my god. Oh my god, that took a while. Damn, that's fun though. Hey, kiddo. It seems like no matter how hard I try, you just won't let me have my way, huh? Gosh, you really are stubborn. I don't want this to end. I don't want my friends to leave me behind. I know what I've done is selfish. I know it's wrong, but I couldn't let Henry take away the only friends I've ever known. I couldn't let you get in the way of me keeping them here. I told the others there was nothing waiting for us after this, but the truth is I don't know what's gonna happen to us when we move on, when we reach the other side. And the thought of that, it terrifies me. What if there's nothing? What if after everything we've done it's just black, total nothingness? A never-ending void, an eternity where I can't even find comfort in my own screams. I can't go there. I can't be forgotten. I can't be left behind. Can't it just stay this way forever? Listen, kid, I don't know anything about what it must be like to be stuck here for so long. I don't know what's on the other side, and I sure as hell don't know how to handle children. But whatever you're facing up there, it can't be any worse than spending an eternity here, right? I've only been here a week and I already hate this place. I can't imagine how you felt being trapped here. And hey, it's not like you have to do it alone, right? Your friends will go with you. But after all I did, would they even still want to be my friends anymore? Look, I can't say for sure. But you still care about them, right? Don't you think they deserve it better than to be stuck in a place like this? Maybe they'll be mad. Maybe they'll need some time away. If they do, you'll just have to work on yourself for them. You have to find it in yourself to become a better person, for their sake. Trust me, kid. As long as you have someone out there to keep fighting for, that's all you need. You gotta do what's best for them. You're right. It isn't right to keep them all down here. It isn't right to keep myself down here. Whatever's there for us after everything's over, they're still my friends. At least I still believe that. Still, I don't like saying goodbye. I'll see you again someday, won't I? Well, hopefully not too soon. But you take care of yourself until then, alright? Yeah. It's time to go. Oh, man. Let me... Oh. Okay, it's automatic. Rhythm Heaven! Rock Step! Guys! Did you see that? Above the pizzeria? Huh? My mouse. Oh, balloons. That's nice. $1,000,000 coffin and the end. 5 Nights at Frickbear's 3. I did not know I could move the background around by doing WAC. That's funny. I love that. Oh, that's cute. I love that. I'm just gonna let it play through. Damn. Dare I say, this is the best FNAF fan game. End of sentence. It just is. It's... Holy crap. With the marks being left behind, Michael decided to take matters into his own hands. His loose ends has finally been tied up. Nothing but a smoldering pizzeria behind. That's nice. My Day at Freddy's. Oh, that's the night 1 between shift thing. I think that's supposed to be Vanessa with the hair, but... My Day at Freddy's. That's South. Oh man, he's dead. Free of Springtrap's influence, Vanabelle snapped out of her obsession and reconnected with some of her old friends. She's become more involved in other fandoms now. Are those the Pixie brothers? Are they brothers? I think they're brothers. Well, that's nice that Vanabelle did that. Good for her, she moved on. I think that's kind of the main thing of this ending, is moving on. My Day at Freddy's. There's still characters I haven't got yet. Radical Soda! I did not realize that Radical Soda was in this game. Boss was able to secure a huge insurance payout after the establishment went up in flames. He wonders why he never tried burning the place down himself. Because that's tax fraud. And since someone else did it, not on your behalf, it's not tax fraud, technically speaking. Kinda. Probably. My Day at Freddy's. Freddy in Space 3, Chica in Space. Actually, that's Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, the game. Final boss theme composed by Red TV 53. After everything, Mike was just happy to finally spend some time at home. Is that Cassie? Like the canon Cassidy? Or does he just also have a sister? Hey, Daka. The guy right behind you right now! Anyways, that was nice. The end. Aw, that's nice. Okay, I think it's looping. Yeah, press space. Alright. I made $300. Oh, I am so glad I did that with Mike and not Vanessa. That would have taken me like 5 years. Phew, what a ride, huh? Oh, right, let me take this off. Oh, hey, Charlie. Hi there, Mike. Recognize me? Sorry for not showing myself sooner. I'm sure you were wondering where that little voice in your head was coming from. And, sorry about those 4 times I killed you, too. But hey, all's well that ends well, huh? Either way, it seems like, what you said to Cassidy really got through to him. Him and the others have all departed now. Which I suppose means I'd better be on my way, too. I can only imagine how happy my dad will be once he sees us all again. You know, I guess all of this is to say, you're a real cool person, Mike. Thank you for taking this journey with us. That's nice. I love that. 5 out of 5 endings. I still haven't 100%ed it, but I'm really tempted to. Oh hey, it's all 3 of them. That's nice. Alright, let's look at the extras. Character gallery. I'm still missing 2 of the sister location animatronics. I think that's Lol's hacks? Why isn't he with sister location? I guess it's not really a sister location animatronic. Either way, I'm also missing the other guys, and I think that's Felix, and then that's Fritz, I think. So, let's do them. Psychic vote. That's great, I love that. The fact that this game is so goofy and unserious gave us a unique opportunity. Namely, by setting the player's expectations so low, it meant that if we did decide to put something deliberately creepy in the game, it would be way more effective. That was our whole philosophy behind Frickbear. We wanted him to feel like he was as out of place in this game as possible, not only for the aforementioned shock value, but also because it seemed appropriate for the route he was, the final boss of, you know, seeing as it's the one where you, as the player, have to go out of your way to defy the intended structure of the game. Now here's the thing, I can't actually model in 3D. In fact, nobody on the development team at the time this idea was conceived really had the know-how to pull it off. My backup plan was to make Frickbear 2D and puppet animated like everyone else, just with more details, airbrush shaded sprites, kind of like a Walton Files character. But luckily, we just happened to know a guy who knew a guy, and that guy was Marco Antonio, who created Frickbear's model and did all his animations. I really have him alone to thank for Frickbear being as cool as he is here. His visual turned out even cooler than I could have imagined, and certainly a lot cooler than what I could have done if I have sucked the original idea. That's cool. Oh, it's a normal Frickbear jumpsuit. That's neat. I love that. That's so cool. Alright, I think that's the missing children. Okay, all of them. 3 cases of 1 and 1 case of 2. Fazbear Entertainment brand image never did manage to recover once the children went missing, and it seems it was precisely that which led to its ultimate demise. Though this restaurant's fame may have faded as the years went on, the spirits of the children remained. Powerless to do anything as the mechanical cages they were forever confined to withered away with age, growing colder, lonelier by the day. And that is until you came along. One of the few things out that was present in the demo but scrapped in the final game was a cutscene with one of the missing children that you'd get if you met the requirements for what would ultimately become the ultimate route in this game. This route probably underwent the most changes under the course of development and had the least clear direction at first. I do think what we ultimately settled on ended up being pretty cool, though it took a lot more time for us to get a grasp on what we wanted to do when it came to Michael or Vanny's stories routes. Cool. And I think that's Charlie. Oh hey, that's me. Oh, Charlie's just behind the entire... Okay, cool. A funny thing about this game is that despite releasing after the second movie, pretty much everything about it and its plot was already set in stone long before it released, meaning Charlie isn't anything like her movie counterpart or in regards to her personality or design here. The same goes for a lot of other characters in the game, though for the record, Mike and Michael were always planned to be two separate characters in the game from the very start of its development, so I kinda called that. That's cool. I love that. Let's go with their concept art. Title screen character concepts. Even though the idea of adding characters to the title screen as you beat the different endings was one we had in mind since super early on in development, the idea wasn't actually implemented until the very last week of development. That's cool. Okay, I'm assuming one of these is a Slacker ending. That one's Money, that one's the Michael Vanny. And I'm assuming those are... Yeah, I think that's Slacker, that one would be the final one, but the final one just has all three. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of Frickbear stuff. Anyway, scrapped MCM page. There's originally going to be an additional document found in the Talbot files referencing MCN, serving as the only acknowledgement of Secret of the Mimic in the entire game. But then we realized this would be a pretty huge, superfluous piece of the FNAF lore to drop at the very end of the game, so it was included in the final game. Fair enough. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Edwin hasn't really been a thing until, like, I think the security breach, so anyways. None of the missing children, with the sole exception of Susie, had any kind of firm design right up until they needed to be given them for the Talbot Files scene. Demo design. Like Paula from Earthbound. Movie designs, and then FB3 Fritz? Oh, Frickbear, the Night Guard Fritz, plus a movie. That's cool. Charlie was actually a very last-minute addition to this game. Her design, extras menus page, and the little scene involving her were the only finished within the last month of development. This sketch, however, dates back quite a bit further than that. Cool. Frickbear, it took a while before I settled on a Frickbear design I was happy with. I always knew I wanted him to make feel as off as possible, but I wasn't quite sure how I'd convey that just yet. At this point, Frickbear's design was pretty much 100% finalized to the point that its very sketch was the primary reference used when making the model. He's still a little off, but looks way more grounded in reality now. Arguably, being grounded in reality still makes him look off when everyone else is so cartoony. Various concepts for transition screens during the first part of Frickbear's boss fight. Spinning 3D Frickbear head. Oh, it would have had the heads instead of the hearts. That's neat. Various concepts were his attacks during the final portion of the fight. When the lights go out, you're about to die, 6 a.m. Mash, Flash. Oh, taken from Nightmare Bonnie, yeah. Back and forth, like cat clock. Zap turns off power. Okay, taken from Salvage? Taken from Nightmare Freddy. Full animated jump scare. Maybe pre-fight reveal. Murders from Total Darkness looks up at the player kind of like the Blink jump scare in FNAF 3. Or FNAF 1. Blink isn't in the third one. Turns off power. Face could also take an entire screen. That's cool. Cool if he had an intro animation where it growls. These can all be still sprites. Microgame transition sprites. Inside her mouth is a green screen. Microgame timer. That's cool. Every self-respecting FNAF fan game extra section has a model progress section. That's cool. I love that. Spooky. He really is. That is unsettling. That, like, those are like realistic claws there. And pop-ups. Frickbear's pop-ups were more intended to be reminiscent of those you see in a malicious computer virus produced, compared to Helpies, which are just basic pop-up ads. 1 to 6, and that's a lie. You've run a free animatronic Bonnie. Join us. Warning, your system is haunted. Blood left. That feels like a reference to something. Between millions of people around the world, I found you. Don't forget to remember this day every time my friend visited us. I don't want to go. I'm watching you. Kindly check the attached love letter coming from me. Lovelet. That's just his face. That's just binary. Help. Have you seen my friend? You just under him. Game over screens. I thought the juxtaposition between the realistic implied gore and the goofy oops in a big stupid red text would be really funny. Honestly, it is. It's really funny. It's probably pretty obvious that FNAF 1 Remake was actually a huge inspiration for the visual distinction for Frickbear. Visual direction for Frickbear being... I've cursed already. Being fucked up versions of Frickbear that serve as final bosses for the game they come from. In Spring Bonnie. At one point, Frickbear was meant to come alongside a matching Spring Bonnie in his boss fight, although this was ultimately scrapped, mainly because we couldn't find enough for Spring Bonnie to do to justify a whole extra model. Cool. And yeah, that's it. Trophy. That's not what I wanted to click. Oh, it's platinum. That's cool. Alright. And there's another one I got. $300 or more over the course of the run. Okay, cool. Boss rematch. Oh! I can just rematch all of them. That's cool, I love that. That's sick. I think there's some new ones. Yeah, I know, those are Nightmare. Where is it? There it is. This is a lot, man. Anyways, I guess I might as well check the custom night. Let's check custom night out. I mean, I might as well die to as many characters as I can, right? I've died to you. I don't think I've died to you before. And I really haven't noticed you back here. Like... Cool, though. Oh, what? Why are the prices so low?
That's cheating!
Oh, what? Hold on. If you don't know what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to... What's it called? I'm trying to get... I'm trying to death coin... Chica, and she's just not appearing. I just realized if I just get as many tokens as possible. Yes, I realized that I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. But... guys, I just really have to gamble. I saw the option the entire time, and I couldn't do anything about it. Until now. I can gamble now, guys. I can gamble.
This was supposed to be my moment!
Aha! Anyways.
That's cheating!
Meow?
Who was that? No, who was that? What do you mean? What do you mean meow? No one made meow. Was that Candy? Did he accidentally summon Candy? There's no way I accidentally summoned Candy. Well, I'll be darned. Guess there's an extra custom night character. Anyway, especially to Candy, the mascot of Candy's Burgers and Fries, a rival restaurant chain to Freddy's that always seems to situate its stores directly across the street from them. As its primary competitor, Candy seeks to rival Freddy's on every criteria possible, including the amount of tragedies at their restaurants. Out of all the Fanverse characters, I mainly included the ones I did because they were distinct characters as opposed to variants of pre-existent ones. Ignited Freddy's was considered but ultimately not included because of that. I've already drawn Withered Freddy and enough characters that derive of him enough. I feel like Candy would have been a shoo-in for the roster regardless though, considering he's probably the most famous FNAF fan character. And that's Candy.
Meow? Oh, just wait until those pizza peddling pinheads see I got the night guard before them. Hey, look at the bright side. You don't have to work at this dump anymore. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Oh, wait. Right, yeah. You're dead. You folded like cheap origami. You'd best start fishing for a new career, pal. You can't beat the genuine article, sugar. Maybe you should have hid in the locker. Too bad you don't have 9 lives. Great, make it 8 lives.
That's neat. I love that. Do you have any concept art? No, it doesn't look like it. Wait, does this mean I can get all the other characters? Well, I have to try this. I have to try and get all of them. I got a free bear trap. I don't need more bear traps. Please?
Where am I?
It's Endoskeleton. Okay. Who's that? Anyways. Gambling. Do you think I have enough bear traps, guys?
Avoiding critical failure.
This was supposed to be my moment!
It's not, though.
Hello? Hello?
But absolutely not.
Oh, alright. I'll see you on the flip side.
Critical failure.
This was supposed to be my moment!
I forgot I had the death point. Let's go gambling! I'm getting so many fast tokens right now. There's no one. I don't need bear trap. I got 10 more tokens. Please summon another character. God. Please. Hi, Lolbit. You can stay. I like you. I was trying to get rid of Funtime Cheat. Okay. Maybe. You know, most of these have been positive for me. I don't know why I'm so worried about gambling. You know, most people, most gamblers stop right before they hit it big. Ooh. Okay, I guess Funtime Chica just can't exist. I don't need another bear trap. I probably should have kept the spring trap in. I am just gonna gamble though. Let's see. Bruh. I already got Funtime Chica.
It's been so long. You won't stop me.
I should have kept her. I have too many bear traps. It's fine. Wow, a lot of nothing. I just realized I can... I can't use that snow cone. Oh my god. I think I restart there. It can go into the negatives, apparently.
Hello there.
Who is it? Ah, it's JJ. Eh. Want a bear trap? Anyways, as I gamble, I guess I should probably do the outro. This was 5 Nights at Frickbear's 3. Probably my favorite FNAF fan game of all time now. genuinely 10 out of 10 game. No, 15 out of 10 game.
Guess who's back?
Back again. I love the little thing. Anyways, that's it for me.
Meow.
Oh, there is a timer there. Cool. Anyways. Well, that's it for me. Hey, 31, editing this video, do the buy thing. I don't want to do it. I'm too busy gambling. You can't do it. You're gonna get something else. Edit the outro in. No, I'm not gonna edit the outro in. You're gonna do it eventually. 5 in the morning. Do it. Record it now. Just wait. Like 1 minute. After I do. If it's anywhere close to 5, you should probably go to sleep. Fine. I'll get rid of 12. Yeah. It is kind of late. Still.
It ain't lives.
Yeah, I'm still recording just in case it's a, you know, a thing.
But this was supposed to be my moment!
I'm Mr. Chipper. I'm the beaver. Yeah. Oh, bury me with my money.
But this was supposed to be my moment!
It ain't lives.
But this was supposed to be my moment! But this was supposed to be my moment!
It ain't lives.
Where am I?
But this was supposed to be my moment!
Critical.
It ain't lives.
Critical.
Oh, you just get sent back. Okay, cool.
But this was supposed to be my moment!
I love gambling. I like Springtrap.
Make it 8 lives. Make it 8 lives.
You just said that. How many guys are even left? I think that's Bonnie? I mean, like, withered Bonnie. Because of the Spanish. I wonder if you could beat this game without items. Or like without mini games even. Yeah, I was withered Bonnie. Okay. Kinda liked them though. I'm almost out of space.
But this was supposed to be my moment!
Wait, I just realized if you death coin Funtime Chica.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
The hell are you? Was that Funtime Freddy? I think that was Funtime Freddy. Right there. Yeah, it is Funtime Freddy. Do it now?
Check this out. Oh, what a party.
Huh. I mean, I kinda have to finish the night now, huh? I don't know why else. This is probably the worst way to get all the characters. Although I can't get the pickle anymore, which I'm kind of sad about. Oh my god, hello. I don't like you. Alright, I think...
Time to blow out the candles.
Okay, yeah, that's how it works. Cool. 125% power. Yes, I ended the night with more power than I came in with. I guess that means I got Funtime Freddy. Yeah. This very loud, obnoxious variant of Freddy is a sensation kid, but widely hated by the parents. The amount of bells and whistles included within his mech is rivaled only by Baby herself. This Bonnie hand puppet lovingly dubbed Bon Bon, being able to think and operate entirely on its own. Some of its features seem to hold no functional purpose, however, including his oversized chest cavity, which, when asked, the company has refused to clarify the purpose of. It can be assumed they were just embarrassed about how much money they spent on the superfluous features. Some of the omissions made in UCN roster always bugged me, especially Funtime Freddy, considering his importance to the series and the fact that all his bandmates got to appear. Something I aimed for with the Frickbear's roster was a sort of all-or-nothing approach, where it wasn't going to include an enemy and wasn't going to include the entirety of a certain set of animatronics. I wouldn't include any of them. There are some exceptions to this within the roster, though. Yeah, Mr. Impo. Although I figured the roster would feel sorta incomplete. Huh.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Da, 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 da. Hey, over here. Get ready for a surprise. Let's give the birthday boy a big hug. Time to blow out the candles. Psst, hey, check this out. Ready or not, here I come. Hey, you want to see something cool? Take it away, Bon Bon. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. No. Huh. Maybe we ought to start calling you the Death Day Boy.
Double your botch, double your fun!
Two animatronics are way worse than one. Why was the Night God sad on their birthday? Because they had no body to celebrate with. Bon, I don't think that was a mouse. I don't know about you, but I had quite the fun time.
Fell for the old Fazbear pincer. Dang, you got killed by a guy with no legs. That's not. Come on, dang, you got killed by a guy with no legs. That's not a good look. Come on, get up. No sleeping on the job. That's right. Sorry, just give me a second. Man, you should feel embarrassed to die to me. Like, do you see how short I am?
I don't know if the subtitles are correct.
No.
What a party pooper.
What is his mechanic? I actually don't know. Hold on. I did read it. He'll... There we go. He'll attack from the hallways and use Bon Bon to try to fake you out. If you see him or... If you hear him or see him on the cameras and Bon Bon is with him, close the door he's at. If Bon Bon is missing, close the opposite door. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Anyways, now is actually the end of this video. That was 5 Days at Frickbear 3. I got most of the content. I've got all 5 stars. I've got a lot of the characters, not all of them. I might do another run off camera just so I can show you the extras. Probably another unlisted video like I did with the Last Standing. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Okay, bye!